Hi guys, I'm Mikey, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be comparing Lovable and V0 and we're going to see which one is best at creating websites. So Lovable and V0 are two heavy hitters in the vibe coding space, very popular vibe coding tools where you can simply prompt and use AI to help you build websites and apps and software. And we're going to be comparing them today by creating an agency website. Now I'm going to show you a few tips of what good agency websites do, and in particular design agency websites. I'm going to try and replicate something and create something that's clean and that can be used by people that want to start their own design studios or design agencies. So I've got some inspiration from a few ones that I like, that I've found and collected together. I've got this one for emotive. I like the layout of this hero section. It's a really nice clean website. This turbo has an interesting sidebar and you can scroll down. I like this modern layout. It's kind of a modern layout that I'm seeing more and more these days. This one by Hyper Studio is a nice illustration. This by Elevate Studio, again got the work straight away in the hero section. And then I also wanted to frame a marketplace, and you can see there's a ton of different agency layouts and websites and templates. And I chose this one as well. As you can see, I really like the ones where you can see the work straight away in the hero section. It really does grab potential clients' attention and they can straight away validate whether they like you or not, and just, I guess it increases like retention as well if they can see your work straight away. So we're going to try and create something like this and like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to give a prompt to Lovable and V0 to create something like this. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to screenshot this. So I'm going to use this tool called Fireshot, and I'm just going to capture visible selection. So I'm going to go down all the way below. Actually, since it's scrolling like that, what I'm going to do, I'll actually use this one, and I'm going to actually capture just below the hero section. Click on capture selection here, and then I'm going to click here, and I'm going to capture until this point, and I'm going to copy this to clipboard. I'm going to go to Gemini. I've already got my prompt loaded up. I'm going to say, describe this hero section layout with perfect accuracy, focus on the layout especially, and the positioning of items. So I want it to focus on the layout and how the different elements are put together. I'm going to paste this image, and I'm going to submit when it loads. And Gemini is giving me this, which is nice. So I'm going to simply copy this. I'm going to go to Lovable. I'm going to paste this. And I'm going to also paste this image. And I'm going to paste the image here. And I'm going to say, create a design agency website hero section using the image attached as a reference. And I'm also going to say, and spell this properly, and I'm also going to say use, I'm going to use a different font, so I'm going to use a serif font actually. I'm going to use instrument serif for the headings, and we're also going to use enter for body text for now, and we're going to call it what should we call this? Let me just think of a good name. We're just going to call it Spark. And then let me just tidy this up, and I'm going to just enter this. I'm also going to copy this so I can give it to V0 as well. So I'm going to enter this, and I'm going to go to V0. And it looks like Lovable has this new animation here when you're in the preview, which is kind of cool. Let me just check this out. Okay, it just shows you how to use the product. It's really cool actually. So back in V0, I'm just going to copy this image as well. I've already pasted the text. I'm going to paste this image, and I'm going to enter. I'm going to see what they both managed to create. Lovable's already finished, and we get something like this, which is quite decent for a first prompt. But there's a few tweaks you need to make here. The font looks really nice. The text looks nice. I don't mind this button, but I want to change it to orange. And again, you want a ticker for this. And I actually want to put this logo section below this image section here. And we also want to make these images a little bit bigger. I seem to have generated some custom AI images, which I don't want as well. And then V0 has created this. It looks a little bit similar to Lovable's one. And we have the sections here, and just use some squares for the logos instead. And again, probably want to change a few things, like the font is a bit too large here, and we want a ticker here, and we want these images to be a bit different. Okay, back on our reference site, and what we want really is a ticker or moving carousel of these work images, and we also want a ticker of the logos. But actually, we can make these logos static in a bar at the bottom, so this is the only moving part, and this really gives the focus of the potential client and the user. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to screenshot this. Actually, let me just screenshot it without the logos. And I'm going to go back into Lovable and V0. First in Lovable, I'm going to say, firstly, what we need to do is reduce the padding between here and here. So I'm going to say reduce the padding between the CTA button and logos, and between the logo and the images. The work images should be scaled up and be an aspect ratio of 4:3. That's a good aspect ratio. They should also be a moving infinite ticker with no visible gaps, start or end points. Then I'm just going to say the images / new image ticker should peak above the fold more. And then I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go to V0 and just do the same thing. I'm also going to say the images should not be tilted. And we also need to reduce the text size as well. So before this, I'm also going to say reduce the headline text size and line spacing. And I'm going to paste this as well. I'm going to see what they both managed to spin up. Okay, Lovable's finished and it looks better, but as you can see, the images are flashing, which is weird, and you can see it's not moving as an infinite ticker. And V0, let me just check this one. So this one's moving really slowly and smoothly, and because it's using placeholders, it's actually not flashing or doing anything weird, and it's reduced the text size as well. But what I actually want to do, I'm just going to change the copy of the headline and sub on both of them. I'm going to say change headline and sub. I'm going to paste this text. I'm going to enter. I'm going to assume it knows that this is the headline, this is the sub. I'm just going to copy this text and I'm going to paste this into Lovable as well. But before we do that, I'm going to go to chat mode and I'm going to say the images are flashing. Please, can you figure out why? Also, it's not moving as an infinite ticker. There's a visible stop and then it resets. Then we'll say finally change headline and sub. Now chat mode's a lot better at finding the issue and debugging the issue and resolving it for you, rather than just continue to prompt and get frustrated in why your build is getting lots of errors. So as you can see, it's finding the issues, and you can see there's a conflict between Embler, carousel to autoplay plugin and CSS. Okay. Visible stop reset. The carousel is using Embler's loop equals true option, but with only 3 items duplicated 3 times, it's not enough for a seamless infinite scroll, because the reset is visible because the animation completes the step at the start. Okay, we're going to try this for now, but I don't think that is the problem with the ticker. We're going to see if we can fix it regardless. Back in V0, we can advance to the next stage, which is to make the logos actual words. I'm going to say make the logos. Oh, actually, let me get some logos from the internet, and we can actually use them instead. Okay, so I've got my logos from Logo Ipsum, which is a place where you can just get placeholder logos to use for free. And I'm going to go back, and I've said change the logo to my attached logos and put this whole section below the image ticker. I'm going to paste this. Let me also copy this text just in case I need it. I'm going to paste this. Let's go back to Lovable and see what's happening. Okay, so you can see the ticker's moving quite a lot quicker. And let's see if there's any visible stop. Nope, it seems to be working fine now. And let me just check the speed of this example. This one's moving quite a bit slower, so you want this to move a little bit slower as well. So what I'm going to say, I'm just going to paste this. I'm going to say change the logos to my attached logos and move below the image ticker. And then we're also going to say slow down the image ticker slightly as well. So I'm just going to drag and drop all these. And then I'm going to say reduce the speed of the image ticker, please. I'm going to enter that. And it's actually automatically on V0 here made these logos grayscale, and it just really fits the theme a lot better actually, which is really nice. And I'm actually going to say change the buttons or the primary / green color to orange. I'm going to paste that. And I'm going to do the same for Lovable as well. Okay, so this is looking a lot nicer now. Still reduce the speed slightly. Reduce the ticker speed slightly. We also want to make these a bit bigger. I'm going to say increase the height of each image, but keep the aspect ratio the same, in brackets 4:3, and keep the spacing between images the same. And I'm going to say change the green / primary color to orange. I'm going to paste that. And very slowly we're getting to a better result, more polished looking website that looks less AI and vibe coded and more like thought of and well planned out. Okay, so Lovable has made the images bigger, but it's removed the ticker, which is annoying. I'm going to say ask why has the ticker stopped / been removed. Please make the ticker work, but keep this image size. So I'm back in chat mode now to debug. That's the best plan of actioning Lovable. To prompt, when you get into an issue, you go into chat mode and you try and debug step by step. So I'm here on 21st Dev because I want to actually get a different button. I'm not liking how the button looks, and I don't really want to waste prompts by trying to get it to what I want. So I'm just going to find a nice looking button here. Click on buttons. I'm just going to copy the code of one and try and implement it. So just scroll down and find one I like. So I found this 3D button here by someone called Yash. It looks really nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy prompt, and then I'm going to select Lovable for this. I'm going to copy prompt or add additional context. I'm going to say use our existing primary color. I'm going to copy this prompt. Go back to Lovable. I'm going to paste. I'm going to say change all buttons to this custom button, and I'm going to say use the orange color for this new button, and I'm going to paste the code here, and I'm going to click on enter, and I'm going to go back to 21st dev. I'm going to copy the prompt again, but this time for v0, and I'm also going to say change button color to our primary color. Copy this prompt. Okay, I have to sign in. Let me sign in. I'm going to say change all the buttons to this custom button component. Use our orange color for this new button, and I'm going to enter and paste. It does also seem that this ticker on v0 has the same issue that the Lovable one had. It's resetting, I think. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say the ticker, it's not moving as an infinite ticker, the visible stop and then resets. Please fix this and make it an infinite ticker with no visible start, stop, end points. I'm gonna just enter this and hopefully it fixes it. And while we're waiting, we're gonna try and find what we can do for the next section below. So I'm gonna go back on my inspiration sites and see what we can find. It seems like most of these good and top agency sites, they have this sort of like benefits section, or maybe two even. For example, this one, and then also this, we got benefits here, and then on this we have like a why us. So it's just something like, why would you choose to work with us, or what can we provide? So I actually like this one here, because I feel like it matches the brand I'm trying to build. So I'm gonna just copy this, and I'm going to just simply paste this in here once I make sure everything's working. Okay, so we have the tickers not working. Okay, normally when we have a stubborn issue like this, I just tell the AI to do a deep dive into the problem and try and find the issue, and then try and find a solution and then fix it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to enter this, and hopefully we can have this working, because this is actually getting annoying now, the fact that the ticker isn't working. This would be something that's not too, I don't know, maybe it's difficult in code, but it shouldn't be too difficult for these AI tools really. And simply by asking Lovable to do a deep dive into the issue, we have a working solution. This is a really pro tip. I see a lot of vibe coders, people using AI to design, to build on the internet. They get really frustrated when the AI isn't able to solve the issue. By simply saying do a deep dive into the issue, you can solve, I would say, 60-70% of your issues first time, just by saying do a deep dive. That's a pro tip for anyone that's watching. Okay, let's continue with the benefits section. So I'm going to paste this image, and I'm going to say implement this section, but change the copy to our context. Use the headline and sub for context. And I'm also going to say change the heading and all future headings to instrument serif and make body text enter, and I'm going to say implement this section below the hero / below the logos section. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go to chat mode just so I can understand that it understands that it knows what I'm trying to build. I'm going to paste that in there, go to V0 as well. I'm going to paste this in here, and I'm going to copy this image and paste it in V0 as well. And just going to enter here as well. Another thing I probably want to sort out is this navbar. To the naked eye, there is nothing wrong with this navbar, but then you realize that these 4 links are not properly centered in the page. And this is just a bit of a nerdy thing, but when you create navbars using AI, as you can see, it positions them with space between or something similar. So this gap between here and here is the same between here and here, but that shouldn't be the case. This should be wrapped in a div that's set to fill, and this should be wrapped in a div that's set to fill, which pushes this into the exact middle. But I'm simply just going to say, can you put these 4 links in the very center of the page and not the center of the navbar? Okay, it's created this section, but I need this section to be below the image ticker. I'm just going to say, can you put this new section we just made below the image ticker? I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I did say put it below the logos. Yes, I did say below the logos, so it has, and it somehow managed to put this. Okay, and now it's just messed it later again. So now I'm going to say put the logos below the image ticker, and I'm also going to say also add a small heading to the logos part that reads simply trusted by, just to give a bit of context, and that should fix that. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and center align these navbar links. So I've just simply entered this prompt here, as you can see, just so I can align it to the middle of the page, and it's done it here perfectly. I did the same on V0 as well. Let's try and think of the next section to put underneath here. It was just I made the ticker have 5 images, so it's consistent with this V0 one. I was going to say make the ticker have 5 images. Let's just make them both consistent. If the benefits section, okay, this one has a what we do. This one's just all work, really. And this has straight into the work or services, slightly different from the rest. This has services, and then this template one has benefits and then logos. Okay, so let's add a services section, and to do that, what I'm going to do, let's see if we can find something good on 21st Dev. Okay, this component is kind of cool, so let's use this for the services section. So let's open this component and copy this prompt, and let's copy this prompt using my custom rule. Oh, maybe I've chosen the wrong one. We choose Lovable. Let's copy this prompt and let's paste. And then I'm going to say under the building websites section, add this section, but make it for our services and use our existing styling. And I'm going to paste this prompt underneath. I'm going to enter that. I'm just going to check in V0 what we've got up to. Okay, we've got an issue. Let me try and refresh, see if that does anything. Okay, so we're up to date in V0 as well. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to copy the prompt to use for V0. Oh, let me just copy it with my context. Copy this. And I'm going to enter this under the section building. Oh, let's call it something different here. Driving conversions. Add this section and call this new section our services. And then we're also going to say use our existing styling and enter that. Okay, some of these AI generated images that Lovable creates are very ugly, so I'm just going to use some placeholders that I've made. I'm just going to replace these images with the placeholders. Okay, for this next section we're going to create, I'm going to give both Lovable and V0 some creative freedom. I'm simply going to say under the our services section, create a 5-step our approach section and make it unique but consistent with our theme. And let's see what they both do. This will be interesting to see which produces a better result for this section. So enter this as well in V0. Okay, let's see this result of this mini challenge of the our approach section. So first, Lovable has done this. Clean, simple. Slight issue here with the lines going through the circles, but that's a minor issue. You can just say make sure the lines are properly in between the circles / numbers and not underlapping. Let me just screenshot this issue, and I'm just going to go into chat mode just so I know it will fix this first time. And then in V0 we have something like this. I actually like this one more. I like the the alternating sides, and it's a lot cleaner than the Lovable one. So it's safe to say V0 won this mini challenge. Unfortunately, I've noticed we're still having a little issue with the ticker. I'm just going to try and fix that. If it doesn't fix after this, I'm just going to leave it because it's good enough anyway. You can see at least 3 of the works before the issue starts, I think. Let's just check it. Yeah. As you can see, it just jumps back and resets. If it doesn't fix it this time, I'm just going to leave it. Okay, and then let's see the issue. Connect and insert lines at a numbered circle position. Okay, let's do. They need to be centered within the circle itself. I'm not sure that's what you need to do, but let's see what it does. Okay, for this last part, I'm simply going to try and combine the remaining sections we need into one and give it a prompt, a slightly larger prompt for each of the tools, Lovable and V0. Okay, this is the final prompt we're going to use for both of them. So I'm going to say above this section, let's just add a case studies section with 4 case studies, and then below this section I'm going to say add a pricing section, FAQ section, CTA section, and a minimal footer. So I'm also going to specify below our approach, and then we're just going to copy that, paste this and paste this into V0, and we're going to see what they finally end up with as a result. And while we're waiting for the prompt in V0, Let me just make this orange. I think it just suits more. So I'm not sure what color this was. Okay, but let me just change it to this orange when it has finished. Okay, and here's the final result of both of these sites. So here's the Lovable one. Got a nice clean hero. Got this, services. So we have this above, and we have the case studies. Looks nice. Our approach, pricing, FAQs, CTA, and the links at the bottom. Looks clean. And here's V0. We have all this, and we have this and this. Similar to Lovable until here. And then here we gave them more creative freedom, but even this section is similar to Lovable. Here's where it really changes. The approach section is different. Pricing is relatively similar, and yeah, the FAQ is similar. But this looks clean, and it has this white CTA card instead of Lovable's orange one. Now, in terms of which one's better, the whole idea of me making this video was really to show that they're both very similar. It's just down to how you can prompt and talk to the AI really. This whole thing of which AI build is the best, it was relevant a few months ago, but now it really just comes down to how good are you at prompt engineering, how good are you at translating your ideas into digestible prompts for the AI to take and make your ideas visible on your screen. Now, for that reason, I would say they're both in a tie or a draw. They're both as good as each other really, because I spent a lot of time just manually trying to refine and get down exactly what I wanted, how I wanted it. Now, would I recommend you using AI to build your website? And what are my thoughts on using AI to build websites in general? Well, I think using AI to build websites can be good if you want something quick, or if your website needs to be attached to the app you're also building using AI and using vibe coding tools. However, if you want a more polished looking, more customizable, more controllable site, I would recommend using tools like Framer or Webflow, whichever you fancy, because they give you more creative control rather than you consistently having to prompt the AI to make changes. So for that reason, I would recommend Framer over these tools. Now, it doesn't mean to say you can't use AI to generate websites. No, as I've proven in today's video, you can definitely use AI to generate and create websites that don't look like they were built with AI. So anyway, guys, that was the video. If you have any suggestions, any questions, any queries, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have any thoughts on who won, which tool you prefer, which tool did a better job of creating the website in today's video, let me know as well. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.